Okay. Good evening. It's Thursday, August 21st, 2025. I'm calling the regular meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals to session. Could everybody stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Nick, could you please call the roll?
Mr. Carpenter, Mr. Hildebrandt, Ms. Perkins, Ms. Cindy Smith,
Here.
Ms. Diane Smith,
Present.
and without the full board, Mr. O'Rourke as the alternate.
Here.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. The next item on the agenda is approval of the regular meeting minutes from July 17th, 2025.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to approve the minutes as published in our package.
Okay, I did see one small typo. It's under it's on this last page where it starts, therefore it is resolved that. I think it should read, a public hearing was held on this matter on the 17th day of July, 2025.
Oh, yes, I did see that
Yes.
Okay.
on page 5.
I don't,
And
yeah, 5 of the packet.
6.
Yeah, right.
Yes, I concur.
Okay.
Thank you for catching it.
Okay. All right, we have a motion to approve the minutes as amended. Can I get a second?
Support.
Okay. Oh,
If it's green, it's on.
okay.
Still support.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we have a motion and support. Nick, could you please call the roll?
Mr. O'Rourke,
Yes.
Ms. Cindy Smith,
Yes.
Ms. Diane Smith.
Yes.
All right, thank you. We'll amend those minutes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, the next item on the agenda is a public hearing and consideration of a variance request from the requirements of Section 4.29B to allow for the expansion of the veterinary clinic within 100 feet of a residentially zoned district at 1523 to 1537 North Main Street, Hamilton Animal Hospital. Andy, would you like to tell us about the case?
Sure. Good evening, Zoning Board of Appeals. This variance is for exactly what Chair Smith said, a expansion of a veterinary clinic that happens to be 100 feet within a residentially zoned district. This, for a little bit of background, the applicant was granted site plan review by the Planning Commission at the last Planning Commission meeting. What was that, the 11th, I believe? 12th? The 12th. So with this being a condition that the variance be granted, so the buildings are current. There's no construction to the buildings proposed whatsoever. What they are 2 suites, so the applicant is not moving, but just occupying the second suite now as one big veterinary clinic. So the distance the buildings get from the residential doesn't grow. It's just the fact that the expansion takes place, so it extends that nonconformity per se. So that's why the variance is being requested, is just to get permission to grow in the manner as presented. So as you'll see at the very closest point, being very conservative about the measurements, it's about it's about 80.5 feet, but then it juts down to 85.5 feet, and then most of the building is 95.1 feet. So most of the building is just about 100 feet away. It's very close. And then next door, there's actually quite a bit of room until you actually get to a building. A lot that's right up against that neighboring property line is just parking for the multi-unit building, multi-unit residential building. I don't know if it's apartments or condos or what, but So yeah, it's just the fact that on the plan, and I believe the plan was included in the packet, right?
That's correct.
Yes.
Yep. So you'll see, it's, again, reusing the existing footprint exactly as is. I honestly didn't not even think of anything to condition in because it's pretty straightforward. Planning Commission, again, already reviewed it and they were satisfied, they granted approval, contingent on this, so this needs to take place, obviously, to even, have the final site plan granted, because it's a condition.
Okay.
So,
And I will also note that the space they're currently occupying versus the one that they're hoping to occupy, the new space is farther away from the residential district, so they're not encroaching farther into the setback to residential property.
and, again, it's one of those distances from residential that in a shallow commercial business district or commercial or business district, it's gonna be really hard. I mean, you're talking about demolishing buildings and building very skinny buildings that are right along the frontage to even meet that kind of standard. So, it's it's a rather shallow commercial district that really, makes it difficult to build, even if you were building from scratch.
And I noticed there's a wall between the parking lot and the multifamily. Do you know how tall that wall is?
I believe it's
this-
6 foot tall.
Okay, this is,
Oh, yeah, the site plan says 6 foot actually on the side they're expanding into, and then 5 foot on the side it's, not, been in existence in.
Has the city heard any commentary from the neighbors?
We've not gotten any correspondence.
So this variance is just for the southern portion, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep,
And
because
then-
so just to be clear, the north portion is viewed as not legal, non-conforming, and, we have no ability to take that right away.
Grandfathered in, yeah, okay,
exactly.
okay, thank you.
So then why does it kick in here? Just because they're planning to occupy the second
Yes.
space? The
So-
southern space?
Yes, so where this conversation started is the applicant Deanna was planning on opening up the space to have both the units combined. And so in those conversations with her, we had to inform her that, she had to follow the site plan, get a special land use because a veterinary clinic is a special land use as well, which the planning commission approved with the site plan on August 12th. And the ordinance has a requirement of 100 feet from a residential district to the building. And so as they've been in business, it was kind of a surprise to them, but it's part of the process that they needed to follow. And so that's why they're here tonight.
Okay.
Just for my own curiosity, do you know what the spirit of that ordinance, like the additional footage, like what is it, what's veterinary grouped with, like what other?
So it's not really grouped with anything else, but
Okay.
we've seen this standard be similar to the automobile use that we have in the industrial district, which there's been a few cases that the ZBA has reviewed. And, we've talked about it and we're not entirely sure what the intent of that ordinance was at the time because of how narrow a lot of our commercial districts are and where our neighborhoods align off of our major roads. And so it's something that we probably want to have the planning commission review at some point in the future to see if it's a standard we want to maintain, keep, change. And then specifically to the veterinary clinic, I could see it being just because if animals are coming in and out, it could be loud for residences. But again, we didn't hear any complaints, any inquiries from the public.
Thank you.
Okay. So I'm curious, there's a commercial building just south of there. It's that bike shop that is right up on that residentially zoned area. So, and that business recently changed, within the last 10 years, right? So did they have to come before the zoning board and get any kind of special approval, or?
The building to the south. So
Yeah, that bike shop.
So this district is in the B3 district, and there is not a minimum rear yard setback, so the buildings can be built up to the property line, but it's just because this specific use has that additional standard. And so the bike shop would be considered retail, which is a permitted use. So that's
so-
where the variation kind of comes into play.
Oh,
for
so
the-
that's why they could be much closer to the residential
Correct.
than a veterinary clinic?
Yes.
And what did you say the veterinary clinic is categorized as a special?
It's a special land use,
Okay.
which the planning commission reviews all special land uses.
Yeah, and it's
Okay.
in those 4.29 standards is really, the setback requirement is tied to the use, not to all
Oh, I
uses in
getcha.
that zone. Yep.
Okay.
You say the standard one is 0 feet?
For the B3
Or
district.
Okay,
Yes.
interesting.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I thought it was gonna be at least 10 feet.
Yeah, that's close.
Okay, are there any other questions for our planner?
Nope,
No.
Okay.
all good.
The applicant is here today, if you'd like to say a few words. If you just approach the microphone and state your name and address.
Oh, Deanna Newland, 1537 North Main.
Okay. Do you have any questions for the applicant?
I just have one, and I don't know if I'm missing it in the package, but the expansion, will it encroach the 2 suites? Because looking at it, there's like 2 signages and then the hospital. So is it the whole entire building then?
It is. Right now, we have 3 exam rooms and, of course, extremely busy, so we just desperately need more exam rooms, of course, in just a larger area. So we are going to encompass that entire building. It is currently kind of one solid building, but, of course, separated into the 2 suites, so we will be occupying everything.
Okay.
And you'll be doing some construction on the inside?
Yes.
Okay.
Pretty much both buildings will be completely demolished essentially on the inside and, of course, kind of pretty much built up to what makes the most sense for a general, newer style hospital, of course, and makes more sense to be able to move around easily. Also for clients, currently we are in a much older building that also is not ADA compliant essentially with hallways, things like that, of course. So the new building will be, of course, both of them have to be demolished to make everything compliant.
Okay. And I understand you're not going to expand the building at all? Like
Correct.
the outside walls are not changing?
Correct. Nothing is going to change there. The only thing that will change on the outside is just really cleaning it up. So the building next to us, there's, of course, with the signs up there, there's also kind of the old shingles that are there that fall down quite a bit. So we'll have to kind of fix that up. And, of course, we probably will paint the buildings. There's a lot of kind of chipped paint. It doesn't look very nice. So we're going to be doing that, and then also kind of fixing the parking lot as well for the other building. We've already had ours resurfaced. We had the other building, the parking lot striped already, but we're just going to have to kind of resurface some of those areas too to make it look nicer. So really all it is going to be fixing up the building to make it look better, but nothing's going to change as far as construction, only on the inside.
Okay, all right, thank you. Are there any other questions for the applicant?
Okay. I do not.
I do not either.
Okay. So I just want to let you know, this is a 5-member board, and there's only 3 of us present today. We're not quite sure what happened to the others. For anything to get approved, it has to be a 3 out of 5 vote. So all 3 of us would have to vote in affirmative to approve. And so you have the option of, before we take the vote and make the motion, you could ask to table it until we have a full board, or you can just decide to just go ahead and let us vote today. So I just wanted to let you know.
Okay, thank you for that.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm perfectly fine. If you make a decision today, that's fine with me.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. And then, Nick, I need to open a public hearing, right?
Correct.
Okay. It's 7:50, and I'm going to open a public hearing. Is there anybody here wishing to speak on this case? Okay. Noting that there's nobody in the audience, I'm going to close the public hearing at 7:50. Is there any comments or questions about our case?
None?
Okay.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to approve the variance request from the requirements of Section 4.29.b to allow for the expansion of the veterinary clinic within 100 feet of a residentially zoned district at 1523 through 1537 North Main Street, Hamilton Animal Hospital. Based on the findings of fact that the practical difficulties are exceptional and peculiar to the property of the person requesting the variance and the results from the conditions which do not generally exist throughout the city. As discussed, the footprint of the building will not change, and they're just expanding from within and trying to make the building look a little bit better. The practical difficulties which will result from a failure to grant the variance include substantially more than a near inconvenience or an inability to attain a higher financial return. The client actually said that the building will be upgraded to be putting in ADA compliant restrooms for her clientele and bringing the building up to code on the inside. She also mentioned that she loves Clausen and she wants to stay to treat the local animals and continue her community services. Third, allowing the non-use dimensional variance will result in substantial justice being done, considering the public benefits intended to be secured by this article, the individual hardships that will be suffered by a failure of the board to grant a variance, and the rights of others whose property would be affected by the allowance of the variance. Again, the existing building is staying in the existing footprint of the building. There will be not any additions to the exterior, and the city has not heard any comments from the local residents. Also, the variance did not arise from the actions of the applicant or previous landowner. The building was built in the 1940s, and the building codes were different at that time. The requested variance is not solely based on financial need or circumstances. It's just bringing it up to date and helping her business expand, bringing it in compliance. And then I'd also like to say that this is approved in condition with the certificate of occupancy requirements from the Planning Commission, with those being the receipt of approval from the zoning board to seal, recoat, and restripe the parking lot, to submit a building permit for new signage, and to submit a building permit and plans for interior alterations. Would you guys like to add anything?
Nope.
Nope, I think it sounds great.
Yep.
Okay, I have a motion. Can I have a second?
Support.
Okay, I have a motion and support. Nick, can you please call the roll?
Ms. Diane Smith,
Yes.
Mr. O'Rourke,
Yes.
and Ms. Cindy Smith.
Yes.
All right, motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank
your
you.
investment.
Quite the undertaking.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
The next item on the agenda is any kind of public discussion for items that are not on the agenda. And do you have any other comments? Okay, all right. There being none, any other business, Nick,
No other business?
for the board? Okay, staff report or training opportunities?
The staff report was included in the packet. The major updates I just want to let the ZBA know is regarding 248 Red Ruth. We met with the property owner within the last few weeks after the last meeting, and they do have a new contractor. Everything seems to be going really well and completing the project to the standards that the ZBA approved the variance on. The 330 West 14 Mile variance for the wall, the building permit's been submitted. And then the 71 West 14 Mile temporary use has already come and gone since your last approval, and there were no issues.
Lovely. Thank you.
Yep, I'm happy to answer any, happy to answer any other questions.
Okay. Is there, do you think will be an item on the agenda for September?
Yes, we will likely have at least one, maybe two variances.
Okay, all right. We have quite the roll going on.
Yes. It was a slow 2024, but 2025 is making up for it.
In waves.
Yes.
Well, that's good. That's great. That's great for the city. Okay. Any other items?
I'm all set.
Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Adam Terrell, make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Okay. I have a motion, support?
Support.
Okay, I have a motion and support. All in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Aye.
Got it. Thank you.
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you, everybody. Have a
Thank
good night.
you.
Good luck with everything. Thank you.
I have a question before you leave. You said you had 3 exam rooms. What will you expand to?
So we will be actually expanding to 7 exam rooms plus a euthanasia room.